see that you're in pain. I can feel that you're in pain.
Okay, so my mind is swelling with thoughts as per usual. And my car needs to warm up, so let's chat. I don't know if it's maybe just me being a small artist, right? But why is it that I feel like people only call themselves a full-time artist when they can like pay their bills with their work, right? Like they are self-employed because they sell their artwork to pay for their bills, to pay for their living, right? That's when people start considering themselves full-time artists. But I don't like that kind of mindset. I really don't. Because it's like, I'm an artist regardless. Like, I am not gonna stop being an artist. I've been an artist since I was like 7. I've had some years on and off, sure, but drawing, coloring, painting has been a part of my life, like literally my entire life. And it's like, I can't call myself a full-time artist. I don't shut my artistry off. And this made me think, because I was talking to a good friend of mine who is also an artist, and we were chatting last night, and I realized, like, I don't like that, I don't know if it's called terminology or, I don't know what to call it, but it's like, I don't think it's right that I can't say, like, we walk around talking about, yeah, I'm an artist. Yeah. Yeah, like, I'm a full-time artist. Yeah, I have a full-time job, but I'm also a full-time artist. So I feel like I got 2 full-time jobs because I don't turn off being an artist. You know what I mean? I don't know, like, that just kind of rubbed me in the ass cheek the wrong way. That kind of just popped in my head, and I'm like, nah, fuck that. Yeah. Like, I'm out here trying to do my best, trying to figure it out by my fucking self. Like every other fucking artist has to do. And, you know, I do the market once a month, and I'm trying to learn how to do things online so I can get, you know, during the month instead of that 1 month. But that 1 month, I make enough to, like, pay my internet bill. So I'm out here. I may not be buku money out here, you know, because it's only been like 2 years. I'm about to hit my 3rd year, you know, doing this officially and being, like, legal, because my copyright for my name is legally paid for. So why the fuck am I making myself feel like I can't call myself a full-time artist or a professional? Or a professional too. Like, I need to learn how to talk more professional, if that makes any sense, because a part of me that makes me very insecure is that I'm dyslexic. So pronunciation and spelling is horrible for me. Anyway, so being dyslexic, trying to sound professional is a little tricky for me, because it's like, I don't know how to speak business. I don't know how to, like, have, I don't know, there's like, business term words, right? Like, I speak English, I speak human, like, I don't, so trying to at least get better at that, I can understand, but it's like, I get paid for my work. I can pay one of my bills with my work. I can also pay for my gas with my work. You know, I pay for all my materials with my work. And it's like, I got the copyrights to my fucking name. I got business cards. You know, I'm trying to expand outside of just the market. Is that not considered a professional? And, like, I don't fucking play when it comes to my artwork. Don't say, another conversation we got into, don't say that you want a piece from me and we go, more than a week, if it's 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a fucking month talking about the piece that you want, and we go over sizing and color and details, and then at the last minute you want to back out, fuck you, because now you fucking with me now. Like, you fucking with my work as well. Like, no, bitch, no, I'm not, no, not at all. Like, I'm not considered professional. Like, that's, like, I don't know. I feel like I want to call myself, I am a professional artist. But it's like, some people think that professional means you make buku money. People think that professional means that you paint realistic photos. It's like, that's all great. You can take a picture and it looks exactly the same. That's fine, whatever. But it's like, what really qualifies as like a full-time artist or a professional artist? In whose eyes does this qualify as? Because to me, I've been doing this for 2 years. I've been selling my work for 2 years. I get paid to do custom pieces. How am I not professional? Because I don't sound professional? Maybe. I don't know. I'm still me. Like, I'm not gonna act like I'm fucking Miss High and Mighty. Like, no. I feel like this is what real artists are. Like, we're human beings. We are the cusp of real human being, because self-expression is such a key point in being a human. And, like, not being able to express yourself in any creative form is fucking boring. It's boring as hell. Like, whether you express yourself through music, through writing, poetry, just the way you dress. Like, how you dress says everything about you. Everything is expressing yourself, right? Hold up. I got ice on my windows. So it's like, I don't know. I need to, like, stop letting, I guess, the thought of other people and how they see what's a full-time artist or a professional get to me, if that makes sense. And a lot of the time, it's probably just us in our own minds talking shit because of anxiety or something, especially fucking me. My anxiety, the anxiousness is just overwhelming all the time. Anyway, that was just kind of a thought that has been dwelling in my mind for a little bit, and then, like, talking to my friend last night, it really, like, sparked it. Like, hold up, because we was, like, going back and forth. Like, we was feeling the artistry last night, and I was just like, oh, this is the life. This is what it is to be an artist. And I'm not gonna say what we was talking about, because I kind of want to have it be like a surprise. Like, what we want to work on together, I'm excited. I'm excited as fuck. Anyhow, yeah, let me know what you guys think. Next topic. The next thing I want to talk about is how people are talking shit about this new generation, right? My generation is supposed to be what? I can't even say the word. Dyslexia. Millennials, right? Into the millennials, right? Whatever. Like, I can't even say it right because it sounds so fucking funny. Millennials? And then the young generation is Gen Zs, and then mom is like boomers or something. Whatever I don't know what the fuck the terminology, slang, shit, nonsense that's happening now. Like, my generation and then the generation before me are calling the generation after me a bunch of fluffy bunnies. And I kind of see that. But at the same time, like, I feel like every generation has something to offer. Like, my grandma's generation, I explained it in a way like they're hard as a rock. Like, they had to grow up in this way where they had to be that hard. And then my generation after that, right, we were like, wait a minute, this, like, it's kind of like we're trying to understand why the fuck we had to grow up so hard. Why are things this way? And then the generation after me, they're just mush. Like, they're literally just, like, it's being watered down as the years go by. So it's like, it's good that they're all about talking about their feelings and their emotions and their thoughts and, you know, being woke. That word is so fucking overrated, it's ridiculous. Like, I've never really been a part of any kind of, like, crazy ass society movement because it gets so overplayed that it loses its girthiness. Like, it loses all purpose behind it. Because that's what people do. But anyway, like, I understand where, like, all the generations are coming from. And I'm going to speak for me as personal things that I went through and maybe why I am the way I am now. Like, I thought, like sometimes people think that, like, being made fun of, like, if you see it in a show or in a movie, it may not be that extreme, but for some people it probably is when it comes to bullying and being made fun of. I have been made fun of almost my entire life before I was alternative and everything, because I was always the weird kid, and I was always the kid that was friends with the kid that had no friends, because I'm like, damn, why you ain't got no friends? And then as I got older, I kind of understood why those people ain't got friends. But at the same time, because I understood, they felt comfortable around me. And so I was always friends with the weird kid. And then my friends would be like, why, you know him or you know her? Like, they're weird. And it's like, deep down, I was like, I'm fucking weird and you're friends with me. Like, I didn't understand it. And what's interesting is that I was also made fun. I was made fun of even by the same people that called me friends. Like, how fucked up is that? Like, anyone who's been in that place of literally being made fun of, whether behind your back or even in your face, like, and then they want to act like your friend. Like, I realized once we got into, like, I think it was, what, 5th grade, I think? Because then the next year it was like 6th grade, something like that. Like, I was just always made fun of for being weird. And then I remember one year I was friends with these girls, and they would make fun of me all the time, even though they try to act like they were trying to make me, like, there was this one time where they did my hair, and I had no idea what the hell they were doing. They did it in some weird, like, it was like my hair was down, but it had like a bun at the bottom. Like, I knew it looked weird as hell. But they were like hyping me up, talking about, oh, look how pretty, it looks really nice. And so I ate that shit up. I was like, all right, y'all my friends, right? Y'all say it looks pretty, so I'm gonna walk in this shit like I look fucking pretty. And yet they in the background fucking she looks stupid. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't care. Like, that was fun. Like, I didn't care because they were my friends, right? They were like the first, like, somewhat considered popular, because they weren't, like, back in the day, they weren't the nerds and the geeks that were actually being made fun of. Even though, like, I was never the person that made fun of them, but I was friends with the people that made fun of them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that wasn't any better, even though I was also being made fun of. You know what I'm saying? And then there was another time where I had a full-blown fucking banana outfit. It was a sweatsuit, right, outfit for gym, for the days that I had gym. Bright yellow sweater fuck. And I was a tomboy. Like, I was a fucking tomboy when I was a younger person. Like, a younger person? When I was young. Like, I was such a fucking tomboy. So I didn't care. That shit was comfortable as fuck. And I could run around. I could jump. I could dip. I could dive. Like, I was hype. But, again, my so-called friends were making fun of me, calling me a lesbian, as if I didn't know what the fuck they were saying because they were talking in Spanish. Now, I am not good when it comes to Spanish. I'm not. I can't have like a full conversation. I am trying to learn now on my own, trying to learn Spanish. But like, I understand certain things. Like, I understand certain things and certain words. And they were just like, oh, we're saying you look very yellow today. And I'm like, I look yellow. I'm like, I look like a fucking banana. Do you not see me? Like, I'm in a full yellow on yellow fucking sweatsuit. Of course I do. And I was like, okay. And I kept walking, but yet they kept, lesbian. Again, like, this was like early 90s. Like, and I'm like, okay, I don't get it, but sure. And then I think what made me just like kind of give up was the day they started making fun of me in front of the boy I had a crush on. Like, you don't want to stay friends. Like, even if it don't bother you, like, they my friends, they making fun of me. No, because at the end of the day, those fucking bitches are probably gonna end up with like 3 fucking baby daddies, or walking the fucking corner, or doing some dumb shit. Like, I remember, I think it was math class, and I will never fucking forget this, because it was so detrimental to, like, the next stages in my life. And so, we're sitting there in math class, and I remember them talking shit, talking about I had lice in my hair. And I'm like, I don't have lice. Maybe it was because I had dandruff. I don't know. But they was talking hella shit. And then they were all in a group, and I was sitting by myself in the front. I think I was drawing or something. Probably. And they were all in a group, right? All the cool kids, or what I considered were the cool kids, were sitting in the back. And these girls, like, they were acting like they were whispering, but it's like we're only a couple desks away from each other, right? Bunch of fucking 6th graders acting like, you know, we fucking seniors out this bitch, right? So I'm sitting there, and I can hear them talking shit about that I got lice or whatever, and they laughing about it. And then I heard them tell, his name started with an M. I will never forget his name. And they was like, oh yeah, she like you, but she got lice. It's nasty. She weird or whatever. Like, just making, you know, saying stupid shit, right? And bless his soul, I hope that this man now is married and has kids, if that's what he wants, or if he's happy with another man. Like, he was the kindest fucking person, because in front of everybody, I was just like, I was mortified that they said this in front of the group that they were talking to. He came up to me, and he sat next to me. He was like, hey, Ruby. And I was like, hey. And he was like, sorry about them. You know, they shouldn't have told me that way, but, you know, they did tell me you like me, and I don't like you that way. But you're a cool person. You know, we can be friends. And I was like, sure. At 6th grade! In the 6th grade! Like, what? Like, what? Who's raising you? Beautiful person. And what I found interesting was the year, I think before that, we also had class together. And we sat next to each other all the time. And I think that's why I started crushing on him. Because we would sit next to each other all the time. Oh my God, I remember that. And we would discuss like classwork and shit all the time. Anyway, if I go back any further, like, I can remember every every single crush that had like a indent on my life. You can go around, bitch. But yeah, like after that, I was like, I'm not fucking with y'all. I'm not fucking with y'all. Don't talk to me. Like, I'm done. Like, and so I tried to fit in the year after that, because I was a part of a program that did half of the year 7th grade and the other half 8th grade, because I had stood back. So they helped us kids that stood back skip a year ahead so that we would be in the right spot where we needed to be. So I remember that year I was trying to fit in. I still think I was unsuccessful, because I wasn't really, like, I was myself with some people, but then I can find myself trying to like cover up who I was around others, like not fully walking in who I am because of how much I was being made fun of. And even then, there was this girl who, I don't know why it felt like we were like her versus me, because we were both short, both Hispanic, and both kind of cute. But in my eyes, she was cuter than me. But it's like, I just wanted to be her friend. And for some reason, I couldn't get to that point to where I could be like her official friend, because she was so freaking popular and like so well known throughout the freaking school, right? So I'm like, and then at one point we almost got into like a fight, because people were like talking shit about how I was talking shit about her, or like because my best friend didn't like her best friend. It was so fucking such bullshit. And I'm like years later, I'm like, I realized I might have had a crush on her, because like I really liked her. Like, she was so fucking cute, and like we were the same height, and I was like I wanted to like just be around her. And so like it was just weird how in my, like, it just felt like we were competing when we shouldn't have. And then like she thought that I was copying her, because she had really thick hair, like really long thick hair, and she dyed it red. And I didn't even think about it like at all. This was when, once 9th grade hit, I found myself in Hot Topic, right? My best friend at the time showed me Hot Topic, and I fell in love. And this was the point where I was like, I'm fucking done. This is new, this is different, I like this shit, I'm going to do it, right? So that's when watching like more vampire movies came out. Even though I've always been into like Halloween and horror, like my whole life my mom would be like, stop watching that, you're gonna give yourself nightmares. And I didn't care. Like, I didn't care that fucking scary movies gave me nightmares. So I kept doing it. But I finally was just like, I like this shit, I'm gonna dive into it. So a lot of my so-called friends from the years before, who actually like stood talking to me, we stopped talking. Some was just distant, we never saw each other again. Others was just like, oh, you're being weird, you're dressing different, you're acting like, no. So, and so this was when I saw The Queen of the Dam. And Jessie is the main character in the movie. She has red hair. And so I decided I wanted red hair too. And I'm like, oh my god, I want that. And I begged and I begged and I begged and I begged, because I wanted red hair just like Jessie from The Queen of the Dam. And so I finally did it. And my hair was also long at the time. But like, my hair wasn't as thick as hers, because I have thin hair, but I have a lot of it, if that makes sense. So when I finally came to school, I was feeling myself, I was hyped as fuck, and like her and her popular group was like perked up in the lunchroom, like sitting on the windowsill and shit, and like sitting on the tables and all that, you know, being cool. And we were 14 at the time, and she, like, one of her friends, and she was like, hey, Like, after this, we kind of, like, everything was squashed, and she was just like, yeah, I know her, whatever, we went to school together, we didn't care. But when she saw that I had my red hair, she was like, oh, you trying to be me? And I was like, what? She was like, you dyed your hair red too. And I was like, no, I'm trying to be the girl from the Queen of the Damned, not you. Thank you. And I walked off. And I'm like, no. And that was like the moment where I realized that it was kind of like a weird me versus her type of thing. And then, like, that's when I realized, like, they realized that I'm not trying to be her, because my hair got brighter and brighter and brighter. Like, the red turned into like a candy apple neon red, and then I went half neon red and like really neon pink underneath. Oh my god. Oh, my high school hair days. I've done every color in the fucking book. But yeah, like, even then, when I was finding like people that liked me for who I was, and like the alternative part of me, and you know, there were still people making fun of us. Like, being different in any way, when people don't understand it, it's like a monkey turd in their brain that makes them go, I'm gonna make fun of this for some reason, because it's gonna make me feel better about myself. And it's like, that, you're fucking pathetic. You are so fucking pathetic if you need to bring someone down because you don't feel comfortable with yourself enough, and you're so insecure that when someone else who's out of the box like makes you feel some type of way about yourself, so you need to bring them down. You are a sad fucking person. Like, you really are. And I hope you get better at some point in your life. And so, even into like adulthood, me being alternative, I wasn't being made fun of. I was being, what is it called? Shunned by like religious people all the time. Fucking all the time. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, again, this was like the night, like, I know like this generation, the new generation now, they are the ones who are breaking down those barriers, breaking down all the fucking like stereotypes, breaking down being woke, right? Trying to like undo all the bullshit that's been done. But at the same time, I feel like y'all have no edges. Like, there's no edge to you. Like, you can't, everything is offensive now. Now everything you say is going to hurt someone's booty hole. And it's like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, y'all got no fucking girth or strength to, like, all you want to do is cry. And it's like, I'm stuck in the middle because, like, I cry all the time. But at the same time, I'm like, yo, man the fuck up. Like, stop being a pussy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's a weird thing. Like, I understand how every generation is.
That I care about you. I don't want you to.